Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is the horror miser Manichi. It's time to review my latest thriller. This one stars Bill Skarsgard and Anthony Hopkins. Yes, this one is locked. Yes, it's Pennywise versus Hannibal. Ha 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 ha.
Y'all ready for this? Hey, horror fans!
Once again, it is the horror miser Manichi. Now, Locked is a 2025 American action thriller film. This was directed by David Yervitsky and it was written by Michael Arlen Ross, based upon the Argentina film 4x4 by Gaston Duprat. Now, as I stated earlier, the film stars Bill Skarsgård and Anthony Hopkins. In the film, a thief breaking into a luxury SUV realizes he has slipped into a sophisticated game of psychological horror. That's right, you just can't break into anybody's car these days. Now, you know, when it comes to thrillers or horror thrillers, filmmakers like to make the use of a premise of having the protagonist or a protagonist or a group of people trapped in a confined or a very dangerous situation. Now, it could be a single location, such as a room, a house, a car, or even a spaceship where the person or a group of people are trapped in. Now, the person or the people that are trapped must face either dangers, such as monsters, or a psychological challenge to survive the ordeal that they find themselves in. Whether there's a monster, an alien creature, or a mass serial killer, or something, or someone playing psychological games, the person or people have to try their best to survive, or they'll be killed. Now, we have plenty of examples of thrillers, but I'll just mention these ones. One is called Panic Room, another one's called Cube, and the other one is called Exam. Each of those films has either a person or a group of people trapped in a certain configuration, whether it's a panic room, a cube, or a place where they think they're supposed to take some type of exam, but weird shit happens in that particular film. But that's basically what mostly all these films have in common. Now, filmmaker David Yovesky, who gave us the superhero horror film Brightburn, brings us his latest project and entry into this genre of thrillers. This one is called Locked. Now, here we're introduced to Eddie Barish, a down on his luck young man who is struggling to maintain in his daughter Sarah's life. He's like some petty criminal. We see that obviously he's struggling. He has some type of a job, but he doesn't have a type of money. He smokes a lot of joint, does some petty stuff, but he's really trying to be a decent dad, but he's really struggling to maintain in Sarah's life. Now, after some failed attempts trying to break into some people's cars and stealing their valuables, he comes across an unlocked SUV called Dolus. Ooh, and it looks nice. Looks brand new. Now, after searching for valuable things to steal, Eddie finds out that none of the car's door will open. He can't break any of the windows or escape from the back of the truck. He's locked in the car. Now, he eventually gets a call from the owner of the SUV, a doctor named William, who had said that he's tricked out the SUV to prevent anyone from escaping and trapped the next person who would try to steal it. So, unfortunately for Eddie's bad luck, he's trapped in the SVU. Now, in the days that follow, Eddie and William begin a cat and mouse game with each other, which could lead to very deadly results. That's basically what this film is about. Now, to be honest, the premise that David and his team used for this film isn't anything new or different, as we've seen this premise before in other thrillers or horror thriller films. One film that comes to my mind is Phone Booth, where Farrell plays a publicist who's trapped in a phone booth by a sniper who threatens to shoot and kill anyone if he leaves the phone booth. Then we have a thriller horror film that was called The Monster, where a mother and daughter are trapped in their car after an accident and realize that there's a real threat outside and is waiting for them. Now, both of those films were really pretty good. I actually did like Monster too. Now, again, it doesn't matter if the person or people are trapped in a house, a car, a bus, a boat, or a spaceship. It's seeing how that person or people finding out or finding their way out is what makes a thriller either a good one or a bad one. Because you can have a great concept, but if you don't have great character development, you don't have people that have characters that you care about, or if the good guy is weak or the bad guy is weak, that's the difference between having a good thriller or a bad thriller. Now, for this film, I really like how David uses modern technology when it comes to the SUV that Eddie is trapped in. No, there's built-in Wi-Fi in the SUV. Has a large monitor, fully automated system where William can control the heat and the AC remotely, and of course, it's also set up with a tasing system that's built all around the SUV, so that way, if Eddie tries to do something, he gets in for the shock of his life. Now, to make this thriller work, both the protagonist and the antagonist have to have good chemistry together, and that's what we have here in this particular film. That's because both Skarsgard and Hopkins are great in their roles, and they play well against each other. Because if you don't have good actors or actresses playing well against each other in a setup like this, it's going to defeat the whole purpose of the film, no matter how good your premise is. Now, despite Eddie's street smarts, foul language, and limited education, he does hold his own against the well educated, proper speaking Englishman that William is. There's some good back and forth in between the film, and I like how Eddie, despite the fact being not as educated as William, he holds its own when he talks to them and they go back and forth against each other. I thought it was very clever of how the writers did this because they both have great moments regarding their lives, like Eddie's attempts to be a good father to Sarah and William's relationship to his own daughter, Emma. And then William makes several references to his daughter, Emma, and we get to see some of the common problems, even for a man as wealthy as William is, and as a man as poor as Eddie is, they still have common issues. So they really are not that far apart. I like how the film explores that aspect. Now, it's these moments that drive the film, especially during the second and third act of the film when William ups the ante, forcing Eddie to realize that he's not a good father or person based upon the choices that he's made in his life. Saying that, Eddie, you could have been just as successful as I am, but the choices you made you the type of man that you are. Now, there were moments in the film that I felt I was watching an updated version of one of my favorite horror films from the 70s, the 1972 horror film, The Car. That was based upon what he was doing with the SUV during that time. I won't say what it is, but if you saw The Car and you saw this film, you know what I'm talking about. The pacing is nice. I like how the film is filmed very well. I love the pacing of the film. We get a nice conclusion of the film. I'm pretty sure it'll make everybody happy. But I really did enjoy this film. It's probably not the best thriller I've seen so far, but like I said before, we have great acting. So I really enjoyed this film. So obviously, we have another very decent thriller here with a nice modern setup, great acting from the lead actors from Skarsgård and Hopkins, and another nice film from the director that gave us Brightburn. Really did enjoy this film. So I'm going to give Locked three of the miser's bloody gold coins. So it's going to get three of the miser's bloody gold coins. Really did enjoy this film. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. I think you guys are going to really like it. So there you have it, horror fans. That is my video and review of Locked. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Have you seen Locked? What do you thought about it? Did you enjoy it? Please leave your comments in the comment section below and say you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way, you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Money G, and always been a member of that Horror Rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.